installment of MLB Central presented by Hyundai. Welcome inside Studio 21 with Lauren Shehadi and Mark DeRosa, Matt Vasgersian. Limited schedule yesterday, rain playing games around baseball, and a full, robust schedule today, including Yankees-Cubs at 2 o'clock today.
On MLB Network.
That's a big game, right? The big first of a 3-game series. Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez is held vacuuming himself out of a building because he's very aware of cleanliness and jeans and sprinkling. And this item, this is hot.
Wait, can I have that? No, I don't know. I don't know the details.
But it's the Noah Syndergaard Thor hat
I look good as a
hair.
blonde. Can I do this? Can I pull this off?
It actually looks okay on you. It looks like...
I mean, your roots are dark.
Yeah. That's tomorrow for Mets Marlins being given away at Citi Field. That's going to be very popular.
What is this counting? How many guys? Or how many guys they get rid of at the deadline?
Oh! Where's the rim shot?
We're all waiting like this.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
working
you.
with the JV today. What are we doing?
I had an energy drink. I'm like on a wave.
Don't ever go blonde. I mean, we all love blondes, but you do brunette very well.
This one. Where are we going? What are we talking about?
Blonde or brunette?
Rips the bread.
Let's talk a little bit about the Rocks, right?
Rocks?
Because look, this is a good story, right? They have some components to their success this year that they have not had pre-dealt.
Antonio Zenzatella has been awesome. The bullpen's been awesome. We get Desmond back. Mark Renner, the Dodgers.
Can we get back to the fact that Greg Holland made an appearance? He condescended into an appearance with Russo. It's surprising because you reenacted. I'll be Christopher Russo. Join us on the ballpark cam. 1962, Mickey Mantle hit a home run from both sides of the plate. Talk about that.
I was born in '84, so I have no recollection.
We will talk about you. That is a rule.
Is that how it went?
I think so.
Okay.
Wake up call.
I mean, this has been the Manny Machado show, right? And Buck said it after one of the dust-up incidents. They keep doing that to Manny. He's liable to hit 100 home runs. Well, he's on some kind of pace here. He's gotten red in a day.
And there was some jawing going on. That was when Miggy still played third base. So there's some jawing in our dugout, like batter's box, fully expecting Carlos Marmol, who at the time was throwing 1 billion miles an hour everywhere.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's getting domed. He takes the first one, kind of flinches a little bit, and then he flips the slider a second pitch, and he hits it out. And Lou Piniella, our manager, turns around, and we're sitting on the bench. The guys who weren't playing that day, he turns around, he's like, guys, that's pretty impressive. I got to give him some love on that. He thought he was getting domed, but what Machado's done.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, this thing is officially over, I think, at this point.
No, it's not.
And, if there's going to be any carryover.
Home hosting the White Sox, Red Sox in
So
D-Rose 2 donuts in.
I ate one.
They were props. Without the
Yeah, so we got this big series opener today, Dempy, and we have the Cubs and Yankees live on our air at 2:20 Eastern. However, it looks like Mother Nature's not cooperating. Tell us about the wind chill. What do we look for today?
Well, apparently spring came and then left, and now winter's back.
Dempy, I want to ask you an un-baseball-related question. I don't think people realize you just turned 40. So take me behind the curtain. I mean, did we throw a party with the Cubs? Did we pass the ring around? What were we doing?
It was awesome, man. I had family for
He's got the karaoke house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone goes there. Hey, Dempy, what will Aroldis Chapman's reception be like today there?
Good question.
Oh, man, it's so great. I think, both.
A coming home thing for Joe Girardi, too, Demp. And, so many fans strictly identify him with the Yankee pinstripe because of his tenure there, but he's a Chicago guy. He's a former Cub. Is there an element of his Chicago background that makes for a fond return for him? How do fans take that storyline in at all?
Yeah, I think they do. I think Joe, for Cub fans, they remember him. And,
Thanks so much for the time on this Friday. Stay warm, and we will chat with you next week. How about that?
Absolutely, guys. And rumor is I do have a blurred picture of the Big Papi, so I'm going to go look all over the country for him. Hopefully we'll find him before the year's end.
Keep searching.
Keep searching.
Keep doing that.
My guess he's at the La Playa. That would be my guess.
I saw on Instagram he was like at spin class. Swear.
Teaching tennis lessons.
That's what he does.
Dempy, happy birthday, man.
Happy
40
birthday.
years
I think I might see him. I got to go.
All right.
I got to go.
We'll
Okay,
take you
love you
later
guys.
on MLB Central. Wait, side corner with with JP Morosi. Good morning to you. Must be nice to pitch for the Yankees, take a year off, get 108 diamonds on the north side of Chicago, and then go back to the Bronx. His reception will be good, wouldn't you think, today? That is my favorite song. How did you know? Kyle Hendricks, Michael Pineda on the mound this afternoon on MLB Network to the south side. Derek Holland came on our show just a few weeks ago. He said, I love this fit. What do you think about the fit there? Injuries, that is for sure. There are a ton right now of injured pitchers, too many to name. You spoke with Justin Verlander about it. What did he have to say? It's that point often here on MLB Network. I'm listening to you and knowing you want to share why Brandon Workman's appearance at Fenway was so important. Tell us about the journey, JP. Perseverance, JP Morosi on the inside corner. Great stuff. As always, happy Friday to you. As we're over Central on a Friday, Joel Sherman joins us live. Welcome to you. Thanks for being with us.
It's great always to be here.
Sherman.
How was it?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Fresh off the Rangers game. We have a picture of you.
Oh, it's
The New York hockey ring.
Oh, we used to camp out at King's Plaza in Brooklyn the night before Ranger tickets used to come out so we could get tickets when we were kids and go to the game. Now we just do season tickets and dinner.
Good. Have you guys ever heard of promposals?
No.
Like people asking people to prom in the most elaborate of ways.
yeah.
Okay, it's getting more intense. What's better than getting Bryce Harper to ask your date to prom for you?
Oh, that's cool.
Check this out. He did it for Sean Garvey, Steve Garvey's son. And I feel like I would say yes to Bryce Harper.
Wait a minute. Garvey's son wanted Bryce Harper to help him hook up the
I don't
prom.
know.
How about your dad doing it? Like Garvey was a stuff.
I'm sure he will. You really want to vouch for somebody on prom night?
No. Yes.
Talking about. I have no idea.
Show's getting
Mets
delivered by the
AAA
minute.
team, right? Isn't it based on Area 51?
Oh, the area in Vegas. That's right. Very mysterious. Where were you during the production meeting, Joel? You could have punched up that tape.
I'm just scared to get the save.
Were you still hanging out with your friend at the game last night?
Taking selfies, apparently.
At 5. Here we go. Win, lose, or draw. I got my 2 biscuits in there. Yeah.
They should count, right?
I think that I'm a big believer in the continuation of a game. I don't understand what the problem is there.
I guess the problem is when would you play it? You know,
all that stuff and roster
like,
expansion.
yeah.
I get it all.
Like if the same people aren't there in a couple of weeks, like during the DL, like where do you pick up the lineup if like there's 3 guys who weren't, you know, it up right
today, right before the game.
Yeah, but what if it's the last game of the series? And it was the last game of the series.
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
There's no
I really should have been at that production meeting.
Let's figure out the NL East, shall we? Because, you know, you take away the rain out between the Braves and the Mets. This division so far has belonged to the Washington Nationals. So let's keep them out of the discussion. If you could be the GM for one of the other contenders, if you can call them that at this point, in that division, moving forward, which skin would you like to wear moving forward if you're an NL East team, not the Washington Nationals?
I'd want to be the Phillies. And here's why. I know people are going to point out that the Braves have the most farm talent. And perhaps that's true. It hasn't played in the major leagues yet. They're apparently stacked AA and lower.
It's a lot of arms,
right?
though.
It's a lot of arms coming, but we see the problem with the Mets. It's hard to keep arms consistently healthy. What I like about the Phillies is they might not be as stacked as the Braves, but they're pretty stacked in the minors. Plus, they have a history of when they're good, they'll go to 170, 180, 190 million dollar payroll to be able to augment. I should have been at the production meeting. They'll augment the team in a way where even with a new stadium, I don't believe Atlanta will.
I mean, he basically just, you should have been in the production.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you, I'm Philly too. I'll tell you why. For all the reasons he just said, they have
The only guy that's not
my bad.
he's not the only guy that's not either ARB eligible or free at the end of the year. Of their starting group.
We're gonna have Maikel Franco
They're going to have
in
to start paying guys now.
Here's my thinking, my rationale with the other teams. The Braves, like you said, I personally feel like I've studied this team inside and out. I don't know when they're going to, because they don't have it in the minor league system, outside of, I think, Braxton Garrett's their one lefty they just drafted last year. So where do you get it? Are you going to go buy all of it? You might have to. And then the Mets is just... Right now, it's just confusing.
Yeah,
I don't know who I can trust.
Well,
Who do I lock up? Who do I let go? Who do I trade?
Can I
Who
interest
am
you
I?
in a no Syndergaard hair hat, Joel? I mean, I think you're the target audience for something
Is
like
this
this.
me, unfortunately?
Yeah, I think it is you.
One day.
I want to have a conversation.
If I showed you a picture of one of my
Conversation of the
kids,
future.
he could be
Listening to
DeGrom.
you.
Really? He's got the long blonde hair.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't put that up on Facebook. I'd have my child on.
Look at the street cred for you.
I really wish I hadn't taken a shower today now.
In a weird way.
That's a conversation of the future. Can we have a conversation about the NL East right now? Yeah. Because this date last season, the Cubs had a 6-game lead in the Central, won the division by 17 and a half. And it's a 6.5-game lead for the Nationals right now. Are we looking at that kind of dominance in the months to come?
Well, what would give me pause for anybody else in the division is it feels
Put it on.
Yeah.
My lad started barking.
It took us an hour and 15 minutes with that prop out here to make that joke. Terrible. That's terrible.
I thought it was
They're going
funny.
to run away.
Yeah. The Nats.
Unless injury bug hits them the way it hit the Mets.
I'll also offer this just to button up the NL East conversation, that there's that whole thing there. It's just 2009, that run that the Phillies had in the late 2005
when the Giants went in there and Cody Rush with those bombs, that was off path.
All right, StatCast powered by Amazon Web Services.
Oh, Maddie B, I've always said I want to know what's on your mind at all periods of time.
I think you're going to get in there in 10 questions.
I don't want it. It's a dark, dark place.
It is.
10 questions, one-word answer. Are you ready? I would like a word with you.
I am ready.
Don't patronize me. Lights, please. First
Do
question.
you think that's overdoing it, first of all? Anyway, go ahead, Lauren. Yes? Don't shake your head dismissive.
Okay, I can tell.
Okay.
If you were not a broadcaster,
Which many would argue I'm,
so
and I'd be awesome at it.
you aren't on Twitter because
It was
you're
one
of
word.
what? You're of what? I said forget the rules.
Okay.
We're married. Go ahead.
Fear of the unknown.
Oh my gosh. Selfies are. Finish that sentence.
Rhymes with smoochie.
Okay. Would you rather wear a suit or
Or
a bathing suit on the show?
a
still?
suit. A suit.
A new A's stadium would be what?
Ecstasy. If it's in Oakland. Don't move them out of Oakland. They're not.
Trend you'd like to do away with? Think hard.
Abbreviated news items.
What?
I don't know. I like
You're gonna do over. No, just,
eye candy news items on the internet that always make you look like, you know, mother of two, goes on junk food binge and paralyzes a hospital worker or whatever it is, you know.
what's inside your pantry that's killing you?
Yes, that's what I would like to do away with that trend.
Okay. Most mainstream song you have on your iPod.
Happy birthday.
Would you rather give Eric Burns a pedicure or spend an hour reading mean tweets about yourself?
I'll take Burns' feet.
Come on.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them?
Have you ever seen the mean tweets?
Yeah, every day.
I'm okay with. I was more okay with Burns' feet than any of you guys
He doesn't
were.
have toenails.
I mean, you know, what happens when you run for 24 straight hours?
The best thing about working in Secaucus, New Jersey is?
I mean, it's endless. The civic planning, all of it. The splendor,
Love it.
I love it.
Yeah, the fresh air. Final question.
Yes.
Burns' return next week to Central makes me feel what?
Like I'll be absent that day.
Lights, please. You passed the test.
Did I? I think I used a lot of words for
Maybe
one
not.
word. That was fun.
You're done.
Thanks for being nice to me.
I was nice.
I know, I thought you were gonna hammer
Let's
me.
take a break here on MLB Central.
Ratchet
I
that
use-
up.
Which one?
Back in the day.
Which
It's
one?
not you, it's me.
No, but I do use I'm fine.
All the time.
Don't worry about it, I'm fine. Not fine. Word to everyone out there. When chick says they're fine, they're not fine. Dig deeper. All right, start, bench, cut, our favorite Friday afternoon game. 3 options. You have to start one, bench one, and cut one. And Joel Sherman, since you're the guest on the couch, we're coming to you first. Start, bench, cut.
I don't know.
These
So.
3 names. It's just a vehicle to get into Sam. Scherzer, Cespedes, Harvey.
To be impossible. I'm going to bench Cespedes.
Well, you said that right.
Because the next time I won't say it right. And I'll start Harvey because
Say sure. What shit is it?
I just call him Max.
All I wanted to do was hear you say that. Maddie, you ready?
Yes.
Start, bench, cut. These MLB Central insults. The first one being to our very own Eric Burns from...
You're a loser, bruh.
It threw me off. Cliff, you ignorant slut. No.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I was not on the Caps that day.
Call me a loser. You notice there's a common denominator in that. He cliffs in both.
You're a loser. Yeah, I'm cutting that one. I like those. All right. So I have one for you, Lauren.
Okay.
Actually, let's go to D-Row first. D-Row, start, bench, cut these overzealous fans. Right? Overzealous fans. No, this is for D-Row. This is for D-Row. Start, bench, cut these overzealous fans. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Crying Ranger girl crying on
Yeah, it was like
Hey, her boyfriend better have dumped her 30 seconds before that aired for her to be crying.
I wish that on anyone.
I'm not wishing it on her, but she can't imagine.
All right. Lauren, here's yours. Start, bench, cut these D-Row injuries.
I mean...
Blowing out his hip from college.
Where you going?
I wouldn't use the term cut with the groin one. But
That's a good call.
Cut the zip
I'm
line.
cutting the zip line. If I ever see that again, it's going to be too soon. I'm going to bench the hip from the football injury. Why do you do this to me? Just get kicks out of it. And I'm starting with the waking up with Millar with plantar fasciitis.
Yeah, that was the one that hurt you the most, though, right? That was very painful.
And the foot were terrible. Yeah. The zip line, I felt no pain.
No, we did. The American viewer felt the pain on that one.
Let's see. I'm showing you.
You're welcome.
Friday, hashtag now is the answer to that question. You're already singing the theme song. You are ready to go, Maddie B. I have the first question of the day. Is this the most patient hidden ball trick ever? Sold it perfect.
We didn't see if the guy was on the mound or not. And D-Row's fuming over that.
Why?
team, wrap up something, what's going on?
The third base coach had no idea. He's got, what does he have to, is he on the rubber or not on the rubber, but he's got to be in the mound?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you remember the senior league? The senior league in the 90s had a bunch of retired players that played in a league in Florida, like it was the West Palm, old guys against the Vero Beach, hidden ball trick. So those guys years later are both managing in the Texas League, and Stan Clyburn's managing the Tulsa Drillers, and Ireland's with the El Paso Diablos Brewers affiliate, and they pulled the hidden ball trick. Managers who are still chapped about the hidden ball trick. I love that stuff.
I like that story. How do you know that story? Maddie, this one is for you. This guy is giving Big Profit a run for...
Yeah, I do it all the time, Joel.
Amazing.
I don't think Eck was that shaggy, even in his prime.
He likes popcorn, apparently.
You're going Avery Schreiber or Gabe Kaplan?
Oh, Gabe Kaplan would have been good, too.
When we have a picture of Yasiel Puig, what do? We show...
In fact, when Puig disappeared in South Beach a couple years ago, the old gin and juice tour with LeBron, Vinny was involved in that, too.
Rode with them?
Partying hard, Puig style.
What does that entail?
It's just, you run with Puig.
Puig is back. His name? Johnny Guido. Enough said in all his glory on Instagram. Come on, say something.
No, I love it.
You love it.
I really
you guys
do.
told me to follow you in Escobar. I did. Do you like this in the elevator?
I need one of them to come on the show on there.
Like, who takes
I was about to say, that's what I was just going to say. Is who took that picture, the Escobar one. Like, hey, you're in an elevator. There's not a ton of room there.
Somebody's asking for it.
I don't know, am I wrong?
Not America,
I feel like the Cueto ones are funny.
Cueto's
Yes, you do. We have that one coming up, but the Kentucky Derby is this weekend. I want you to jump Johnny Guido.
On Instagram?
Yes, pick.
I
now.
pick Cueto. I think his the shirtless horseback stuff, like he's in some comic book somewhere.
In the apocalypse, this is what we're talking about.
It is.
It is, and it was 2 years ago because it is Cinco de Mayo, which means it's a 2-year anniversary of a very traumatic event for me.
It's really true. In today's climate, that would be received differently if it were to happen today.
What is Burns up to? What do you have to say?
You hit him so
I was
hard.
angry. Thanks for a heads up.
Like, it wasn't like, It was like full, like, kindergarten East Point.
That's right. That's right. Don't mess with me. What is Burns up 2 years later? He's up to
Bread.
Let's talk a little bit about the Rocks, right? Because look, this is a good story, right? They have some components to their success this year that they have not had pre-dealt.
Antonio Zenzatella has been awesome. The bullpen's been awesome. We get Desmond back. Mark Reynolds is the Dodgers.
Can we get back to the fact that Greg Holland made an appearance? He condescended into an appearance with Russo. It's surprising to me because you enacted. I'll be Christopher Russo. Down at the ballpark, Cam. It's Greg 62. Mickey Mantle hit a home run from both sides of the plate. Talk about that.
I was born in '84, so I have no recollection.
We will talk about you. That is a rule.
Is that how it went?
You're on host. I think so.
Okay.
Wake up call.
I mean, this has been the Manny Machado show, right? And Buck said it after one of the dust-up incidents. They keep doing that to Manny. He's liable to hit 100 home runs. Well, he's on some kind of pace here. He's gotten red hot day.
And there was some jawing going on. That was when Miggy still played third base. So there's some jawing in our dugout, like, box, fully expecting Carlos Marmol, who at the time was throwing 1 billion miles an hour everywhere.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's getting domed. He takes the first one, kind of flinches a little bit, and then he flips the slider, second pitch, and he hits it out in Lupinella. Our manager turns around, and we're just sitting on the bench. The guys who weren't playing that day, he turns around, he's like, guys, that's pretty impressive. I got to give him some love on that. He thought he was getting domed, and he goes, well, Machado's done.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, this thing is officially over, I think, at this point.
No, it's not.
And, if there's going to be any carryover...
Our very own Peter Gammons, as we welcome him live on the GamCam. That looked like a lot of fun. Tell us about it, Peter, over the weekend. The opportunity, that is exactly what you did. Hey, the Orioles out of Boston, not a moment too soon, not before Manny Machado went deep once again. It seems like every other night, making difficult plays look routine at third. What are people saying around the league about the ability, Peter? Statement from you, Peter. Boston, Baltimore is really a focus in the beginning of the week. Diamondbacks, Rockies has our attention now. In terms of staying power, who has more? Diamondbacks 1-2 in the NL West May 5th. Not many people would have bought in. At the top of the AL West, expectedly so. The Astros, really, Peter, when you look at their lineup, there's no let-up. Yulieski Gurriel, a perfect case in point. Tell me about his maturation process at the plate for a young career. Of course, Gurriel, Peter, wasn't drafted, came from Cuba, but with the draft coming up in about a month, Brendan McKay is a name that we keep hearing. Give us a scouting report on this young man. MLB First-Year Player Draft right here on MLB Network. Peter Gammons, Hall of Famer. Thanks so much for the time on this Friday. Always great to chat with you. You know my back is tired from Cinco de Mayo, so we welcome you back inside, which means 2 things. 1, my birthday's coming up. Cash accepted.
That was
Number
the first thing I thought of.
Wasn't it? Mark it on your calendar. And we're talking golden sombreros just in 18 days. 4 strikeouts in a game. We're going to shine the spotlight bright. You've been crunching numbers over there, Mark Juris, and you have the floor.
I have all the golden sombreros in front of me.
You have every sombrero of the year in front of you?
This is not a nice segment, by the way.
Well, it is.
I mean, you ain't played in the big leagues. You ain't punched 4 times in a game. All right, I'm 2 guys who should not be
active, which he's in AAA Gwinnett with the Braves. He's the active sombrero leader, and Keith Costas unearthed some stats on this. So he has had he's had 5 games in his career with both, with a sombrero and more than 1 home run. And 1 home run, that is, 1 home run. So they do. They can't.
Especially in today's world, and especially when you show me that list of Reggie Jackson, Bo Jackson, Andres the Big Cat. I would have never thought he was a bat-to-ball guy. No, for me, multi-homer game cancels out a 4 strikeout game. It's embarrassing for a split second, but
for a split second, then you hit a homer, then you walk and homer in your next 2 at-bats, which is the way the game goes, and all is forgiven. So let's take a look at the increasing numbers. The strikeout numbers are on the rise. In fact,
you're not from Jersey.
It's time to walk it off. Matty B does a great Christopher Russo impression. Let's see how close it is.